number of Americans filing for divorce is actually dropping.
But is that because of stronger relationships or fewer people getting married? Cindy Diggs is a divorce attorney right here in Houston. Thank you for joining us this morning. Are you seeing, I guess, fewer couples getting divorced now?
Well, in my practice, yes, I think it's fair to say we're seeing fewer couples get divorced. What we are seeing, for example, is a surge in paternity cases. People who are having children together but did it without the benefit of marriage. Statistically, that's consistent with what's happening throughout the United States. People who are getting married are managing to stay in those marriages longer for a variety of reasons.
And can you tell which generations are doing better than others? I mean, how are we doing from generation to generation?
Well, much to everyone's surprise, the newer generations seem to be improving.
Do you think it's because a lot of people are just waiting till they maybe get their career established and they're just older and they've been there, done that, they know that it's not always greener on the other side?
I think that's exactly it. I think they're older now by 5 or 6 years on average than they were in the past, and they're making more mature decisions about their life partner.
Is this similar to what was happening in the 40s and 50s with parents who stayed together no matter what?
I think it is kind of similar, though, perhaps for different reasons. Perhaps that generation saw their parents get divorced in the 70s and said, I don't want that for my kids. I want to make a good choice, and I want to move forward with my life partner on a really good basis. But in the 40s and 50s, I think people married, and maybe for social reasons.
Was the 70s a turning point?
Yes, the 70s was a turning point when it came to divorce. And I think there was sort of a bubble created in the 70s when the women's movement and reproductive rights made it more socially acceptable for people to get out of a bad marriage.
I think, too, counseling has come a long way, in that it used to be an embarrassing thing almost. It was sort of just something you didn't want to talk about. And now it's so open that it seems like more people could be trying harder with somebody who's trained to help them. Do you think that could help as well?
Yes, I think that's exactly right. Whereas, back in the day, you just didn't talk about divorce. It wasn't appropriate to talk about that. But now, people can talk about it. They can have their feelings about it, and that helps people work through things.
Okay, divorce has kind of changed, let's say, with social media, so to speak.
Yes.
How is that playing a part in what you're seeing?
Well, it's interesting. The same article that has sparked this debate from the Huffington Post also noted that couples who spend an inordinate amount of time on Facebook, when one partner spends a lot of time on Facebook, and they said that means like checking it more than once every hour, are more likely to have marital strife and divorce. Which makes sense. I mean, if you're preoccupied with Facebook, you're not paying attention to your marriage.
Right, and that's the utmost thing you need to do. I don't think people realized how many times these days social media seems to be separating people, and it's that thing where you have to make your priorities. So what's most important to you, that computer or your spouse?
That's right. You can't be checking your cell phone all the time when you're at dinner with your spouse.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold night snuggling up with that computer. Good luck with that. That's all I have to say.
Cindy Diggs, thank you so very much for joining us and sharing some of these ideas that you know about, since you are a divorce attorney.
Thank you so much.